Good evening and welcome to our Soul Tribe event. It is September the 4th, 2019, and I love Wednesday nights. I love getting to share our beautiful stories. I love getting to hear our beautiful stories. So my name's Tanya and I've been in the business now for 2 years, and in that time I have really changed and really transformed my life and my health. When I first was introduced to this business, I was actually introduced through the product because I was pretty sick at the time. I had an autoimmune disorder, so I had chronic pain every day. I also had adrenal fatigue and leaky gut, so I had a lot of symptoms going on. I was pretty exhausted every single day. I really struggled to get through my day. And sleep was terrible. My hair was falling out in handfuls. I had rashes all over my skin. I had constant cold sores, UTIs, thrush. I had everything going on, you name it. I also had arthritis in my hands, so I had a lot of pain there. And I also had like hay fever, really bad, to the point where my eyes would be, I'd be scratching my eyeballs out. It was so bad. And for me, I really was in a bit of a painful situation. So when I got such incredible results so quickly from our products, I decided that I just love what this can do to people. And I decided I really wanted to be able to share this with my friends and family who were sick. I just watched my dad pass away with cancer, and I was absolutely devastated that I couldn't do anything to help him. And so I saw this as a really good way to help people prevent being unwell. You know, I'd come from a social work background, so for me it made sense that we prevent things rather than cure things. It's much easier to do it that way. And so the business for me was just a no-brainer. It was an opportunity to do so many things for myself and for my family, but also for other people that I really wanted to impact. And so at 2 years on, I've never been healthier. I have no chronic pain. My energy's amazing. I hadn't had hay fever for 2 seasons. I'm just, my hair's really healthy now. My skin's amazing. So, you know, I get people say that I look 10 years younger than I am. So that's pretty good. I think that's pretty bloody good. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to share some really beautiful stories. So you're going to hear from our customers. You're going to hear from our team, and you're going to hear really transformational stories around health and how it's really helped their lives improve. You're also going to hear a little bit about what our product program is, and we're also going to tell you a little bit about the business, how it's really impacted our life and how we're able to help other people really increase their income and step into more of a place of empowerment where they feel they can really create their dreams. So I'm going to pass you on over to the lovely Maxine, and she's going to explain a little bit about our product and program.
Hi everyone. Yeah, I'm really happy to present our beautiful products. I'm a registered nurse, and I've have a background in natural health as well, and I've seen a lot of supplements come and go. And I really am proud and happy to stand behind them, but in their purest simplicity, they are very gently processed whole foods. They are nothing but food. They don't go under a supplement label, they go under a food label. And that to me is actually what the body needs. The other thing I love about our range is it's very simple. It doesn't need to have hundreds of products in it because it covers all of the vital systems in our body. So our 3 fundamental systems in our body are our nervous system, our immune system, and our digestive system. And our products are really very much orientated towards healing and improving the functioning of those 3 systems. And that's basically what the body needs to do to heal. So I will start with our core products. Our core products are the fruit, veggie and berry capsules. So they are over 30 fruits, veggies and berries that have been pulped in a cold oxygen-free environment and encapsulated in a vegan capsule. And they're beautiful produce comes from third generation chemical free family farms, absolutely purest high quality, and our products are so unadulterated that they actually, if you open them, they rot like real food. They've still maintained all their nutrients and their enzymes. They are in a micronutrient form also, so when they go into the body, they don't actually have to get past the usual digestive processes. They just go straight into the bloodstream and straight to where the body needs them. And I mean, that is one of the problems that a lot of people have with their health today. They have so many digestive problems that the food, even if they're eating good food, they're not even really getting the nutrients out of that food because it can't get through their digestive processes and into the blood and where the body needs it. So these are wonderful for that reason as well. The next product that we had, so they basically are very powerful in our immune system. Of course, they work on all of the systems, but they have a huge impact on our immunity. The other amazing thing that Juice Plus does is they have a child health program. So any adult that is on the capsules also gets the children's chews. All children between 4 and 18 are able to go on these for free. So these are the same as the fruit and vegetable capsules. They're just in a chewable form and a tapioca base. We get amazing studies of children's health improving so much on these. And that's one of the things I also love about our products is there's 30 years of research behind. They've been around for 30 years and there are over 30 studies have been, I think it's nearly up to 38 studies now, medical grade studies have been done on the products, which I think is massive because there's a lot of supplements on the market. There's no actual real proof that they work. In fact, there's more evidence that a lot of them don't work very well at all. So the other product that we have is we have our plant-based omegas. I absolutely love these because one thing about most omegas is they are fish-based omegas. These, the way that they're produced is that they take fish byproducts and they steam it at a higher temperature to get the oils out. So a lot of those fishy omegas are very, they've been so over processed and heat treated that they're actually rancid and they're very low quality. In fact, rancid oil will actually cause inflammation in the body. So the worst thing is that a lot of them are actually doing more harm than good. Our omegas are cold pressed. We also don't take them from fish out. We grow very high, rich, nutrient-rich algae in farms and contained environments, so they're really non-toxic, chemical-free, and we're kind of basically the thing I like about our omegas is that we're growing the plants that the fish would normally eat, and we're growing them specifically to be rich in those long-chain fatty acids, which is what the body needs. So they're not a byproduct of some other kind of grubby industry. They're actually really pure and they're grown for purpose. They're made for purpose, so people get really good results on our omegas. Again, completely vegan. And the third thing we have in our range is our superfood shakes. These are our complete shakes. They come in chocolate and vanilla, but I'm a chocolate girl, so I don't have any vanilla ones to show at the moment. These are our macronutrients. These are a blend of over 20 very high protein, plant-based superfoods. There's no rubbish, no fillers. Very low in sugar, less sugar than a pear. They also are completely GMO-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, again, completely vegan. Very, very satisfying. A lot of people who are breakfast skippers, meal skippers, they love these. We don't recommend them as a meal replacement, but they are very satisfying and they can be utilised in a weight management program really well. Which leads me on to the final part of what we offer. We have an amazing Facebook based program that is available to all our customers. It's a sustainable, healthy lifestyle program. There are hundreds of recipes, meal plans, shopping lists, exercise programs, mindfulness programs, and this program we find is very successful. We have a huge rate of success because it is designed to be really doable, to meet people where they're at. It's sustainable. It's not a diet. Even if you're doing the shred, which is the weight loss aspect of that program, it's still a lot of really good healthy food. Nobody's ever feeling hungry. The meals are all family friendly. You're not having to make several meals for the different people in the house. So we find that that's a very successful program, and that's free for life to all of our customers, which I think is fantastic. So that's pretty much, that's our range, and I am going to pass you over to, sorry, I don't know who I'm passing to. Tanya? Oh. Pauline.
Sorry, just muted myself. Thanks for having me, Tanya, and I'm just going to share a little bit about my story, as well as I have an autoimmune disease. So I found this product 17 months ago. I was diagnosed 15 or nearly 16 years ago now with a autoimmune disease called Sjogren's. That is a disease that is caused through arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. It affects your skin, your eyes, and of course your immune system. And when I got diagnosed with it, I was an early childcare teacher, so you can imagine autoimmune in children was not probably a good place to be in. However, I did have to work because we needed 2 incomes, and I couldn't just give up. So I was working a full day, 40-hour week. I was also doing my teaching degree, and I also had our own business that we were working nights with. So pretty busy lifestyle, but I also had a family of 4 as well that were young at that point. So I just became very depressed because it got to the point where I couldn't do family time anymore because I was so tired by the end of the week, and working like normally Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, I had no energy. So I became very depressed over the guilt of rejecting my family. And then, of course, I relied on so many more medications. I kind of lived like a zombie. That was my life. I just did what I had to do and bear and grin. I put up with the pain because we had no other choice. When I found this product, it made sense, but I tried so many other things, so I was a little bit skeptical, but within 3 days I started to notice changes. So at the time of hopping on the product, I had ulcerated sores on my legs that just wouldn't go away. Doctors had given me all sorts for it. They would disappear, and then each time they came back were more fierce. So I was in a position where I could hardly sit down. I was just tired. I was sick and unwell. Within 3 days, they started to disappear, and within 3 weeks, they were gone completely. I also suffered really bad joint pains, and especially in my legs and feet. And I used to have to get my husband to massage them every night because I just couldn't tolerate the pain, and I couldn't walk. So that stopped within 3 months. And 17 months on, just to cut the long story short, I am pain-free. I am off all my medication. I only rely on Juice Plus, and I am now discharged by my specialist. So I have no symptoms of Sjogren's showing in my body at the moment. That's not to say that I'm cured, because I'm not. I will always have it, but I am in remission, and at that stage I'm enjoying life again. So that's kind of my story, and yeah. Thanks, Tanya.
Hey,
over to Sarah.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Sarah.
Pauline. What a beautiful story. I've never heard your story before. So beautiful, honey. I'm Sarah, and I came onto the products, I'd say close to 6 months ago now. It's amazing. It feels like yesterday, but it also feels like years ago. I came onto the products because my sister Gail referred me to them because I had major menopause symptoms. And when I say major, they included hot flushes, nosebleeds, mood swings. I don't like swearing, but I was a right bitch to my kids in the morning. Yelling and screaming at them was not at all pleasant. Zero energy, totally exhausted all the time, aches and pains, real bad bowel, hair loss. I was having a shower and I'd pull out handfuls of hair in the shower, and so I'd clog up my shower all the time, and just totally depressed with life, to the point that the slightest thing would get me crying or really emotionally drained. And so my sister Gail introduced me to this fantastic product, and 6 months on, I can say that I actually have to write down my symptoms now because I can't actually remember what I was experiencing. But I've had no symptoms of menopause for the last 6 months. I am still, unfortunately, getting my period, but that's even cut back to once every 2 months. So I'm quite glad about that. My hair growth, as you can see, is coming back amazingly. Even my hairdresser, I went the other week and she said, your hair's grown that much this time, Sarah, and that is amazing. My hair growth, I exercise daily now. I'm 49, and anybody that knows me knows that I have never been the kind of person that exercises, okay? And I get up in the morning and I exercise and do my stretches, and I really like to take up yoga at some stage, actually, so that's something that I'm considering. And my energy and my zest for life has just come back, and I have not actually felt this happy in my body for a very, very long time, and I'm just enjoying what's happening. I put a photo up on my personal Facebook page the other day, actually 2 photos, one of me before I started this and one of me now, and I can see the difference, and a lot of people can see the difference. My skin's feeling amazing, and yeah, it's just totally different. I just want to add in also, Maxine mentioned about the Child Health Study, and my 2 daughters are also sponsored, one by me and one by my brother-in-law, and it is just fantastic. Really recommend it if you have got a child, a grandchild, a niece, a nephew, sponsor that child. My 2 girls are a lot more happier with life now. They're a lot more settled in school. Their Ella Rose is not as bad as her eczema, except if she goes and has a binge on sugar, which you can't deny a 12-year-old sometimes. My 14-year-old is a lot more enthusiastic about healthy food. She was before, but she's even more so now. And her concentration has increased to the point that she's actually getting excellences at college now, and I'm really, really proud of that. So now, after my story there, I'd like to pass you back on to our gorgeous Tanya, and I'm sure she's got something to share as well. Thanks, Tanya.
Thank you, lovely. Thank you so much. This is why I love our events, because I get to hear these beautiful stories. I mean, you know, the fact that Pauline is not on any of her medication anymore is just amazing. And yeah, you know, I love that too, Sarah, that you talk about your daughter and how she's, you know, craving really good food now. And that's what we find with kids. I mean, we find it with adults too, but what the micronutrients do is they actually want your body to crave more of that really good food. So that's something we notice with kids. So if you've got kids that really don't like their veggies, put them on Juice Plus and you'll be amazed at the difference. I mean, I could talk about the product all night because I absolutely love it, but I'm just going to switch gears a little bit and just talk a little bit about the business. So for me, you know, once I had such amazing and fast results from this product, I decided, because I was at a point in my life where I was pretty stuck in a job. I was pretty much at the bottom of that pyramid in a traditional company, and I was really finding it difficult to get anywhere in life financially. I was really capped on what income that I was going to be getting, and every time I applied for a job within that company so that I could actually improve my income, I was denied that. There was so much competition, and that's something that I found was that the competition, not just within the company but also from outside of the company, is something that is really, really difficult and a big challenge from everybody who is in employment, who has, you know, a regular day job. And so I felt really stuck, and I thought, well, how else are we going to actually get anywhere? How are we going to get ahead financially? You know, I was at the point where, you know, my kids are starting to leave home now, and we're sort of getting to that stage where we want to create our own life. We want to be able to travel the world, and we want to be able to create a more secure retirement for ourselves, as well as leave some kind of legacy for our kids. And so we thought, how are we going to do that? We cannot do that on the income that we've got at the moment. It's just not going to work. So what we did was we looked at another franchise. We looked at another traditional business. $400,000 would have been our investment. And that to me was just absolute madness. And so when I looked at this and I saw the incredibly low investment and the fact that we could get that back in the first month, I was like blown away. Okay, that makes total sense to me. What an incredible business model that is. So that was one of my things, you know, because I was a bit skeptical about it. Don't get me wrong. Even though I was pretty keen on it, I was also very skeptical. I was also really concerned about being that person that's going to go out and harass everybody, like, you know, lose my friends because they don't want to hang around with me because all I want to do is sell them stuff. That was a real big worry for me. And I didn't want to be that kind of person that was, you know, salesy. I don't like retail. I've never enjoyed it. I don't like sales at all. So it was a big concern of mine. But, you know, what I really found in this is that all I'm doing is sharing my story. And that's all that I've been doing the whole time. I mean, I shared my story when I first started and I had so much interest. There are so many people in the world that are suffering. So many people that can relate to our stories. And that's what I loved about it, was that I'm just sharing something that I'm already taking and I'm getting paid for it. And, you know, it's an amazing opportunity to really be able to impact people's lives so much more than what I was doing. You know, being in social work, it's really hard work. Sure, I thought it was impacting lives, but it's not impacting lives on a real positive level. People are ready to change their life. People are ready to change their health. They don't want to be sick. They don't want to be going into retirement and getting sicker and ending up in hospital and not actually being able to enjoy their retirement. So this for me was a no-brainer. And so I jumped in straight away. And all, of course, you know, the bonus that I got was that this beautiful team of people that I grew around me and under me was just the best part of it, because I've now grown a whole lot of beautiful friends who I would never ever met if it wasn't for online work. So I really do love that this opportunity gives us so much growth in so many areas of our life. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to pass you on over to the lovely Loach, and she's going to share why she said yes to this amazing opportunity.
Hi guys. So I got into this business about, I think it was nearly 2 years ago. Tans introduced me to it. I got onto the products and I just had such incredible results. It wasn't overnight for me, but when it happened, probably 3-4 weeks in, I was just, my whole health was completely turned around. And so naturally I just started sharing my story because I was so inspired, because I was before that point where I just felt like nothing was going to help. So it just kind of took off. And like Tans was saying, it wasn't selling, I was just sharing. And so I built up a really good customer base, and I really was doing something that I love and was passionate about, My background is a homeopath, and my day job is I'm a community support worker, which I enjoy, but it's quite draining. So it was kind of that missing link for me to get back into that healing field. And with homeopathy, I mean, it's an incredibly profound modality, but this to me is foundation stuff. This is what made a difference to my health personally. So I took about 15 months leave from the business, and I worked. and I got quite burnt out. I was sort of working sort of 50 plus hours a week. And then I've just come back in about 2 months ago, and because I just got to the point where I wanted more time with my children, more time freedom, and so yeah, I jumped back on board, and I've been loving it. I work about 30 hours a week in my day job, and then I am a really good example of someone who does this in stolen in moments, because that's what I do. Whenever I get moments, I do it, and I love it. I'm really passionate about it, so it's a joy to do. And I want to say also, I was a sort of person that never thought I would do an online business. I wasn't even on Facebook before I got involved. And so it's completely challenged me in so many ways, and opened up a whole new world for me. The benefit for me, so I'm a single mum with 2 kids, the benefit for me with this business is it's holiday money. So I've booked in 2 holidays overseas next year, one in Aussie and one in Bali. I wouldn't have done that. I couldn't have been able to do that just on my traditional job, because it's limited, whereas the money I can make in this business is unlimited. And that is just so exciting for me, that I can give myself and my girls the kind of life that I dream of. So yes, that's pretty much my story. I'm very grateful that I said yes and that I've taken this opportunity. So thank you for listening, and I'll pass you on to Tammy.
Hi everybody, nice to see you all here. And I thought, well, I'm going to start my little biz story, short and sweet, but I'm actually a sales rep by day, and I've taken on this business because I want to get off the road. And right now I'm in my car, I'm on my way to New Plymouth for the next 2 days, and my life just consists of driving everybody everywhere all the time to do somebody else's job and build their business. And I'm selling organic food, so I love it, and that's great. But my life's not in supermarkets. I really have a strong vision, and it's somewhere else, and preferably I've carted my daughter along with me for this trip, but she's going to be with me very soon on another holiday that's more like something we want to do. In a place we want to be. We want to be on a paradise island or something. We're happy to still work from there with our dogs, she just said, with our dogs. But we just want a more relaxed lifestyle. I took the repping job, my day job, because I thought it was more relaxing than the last one. But it just keeps eating me up and taking more and more of my time. And I mean, my day's going to end at about 10:30 tonight when I get to the accommodation that's for the job, you know. So I would much rather, I do this business, like Loesch said, in stolen moments. I took this business on because, yeah, I do want something bigger. I do want something that's mine. I don't want to be building somebody else's business. I've tried several kinds of businesses in the past. I've been a private contractor and many things, worked for the wage, and I like having my own company. I like the freedom of it, and I like the unlimited amount that you can earn. That's something that, you know, in this job right here, right now, I'm never going to earn, I don't know, more than maybe I'll get to 70,000 a year. That'll be it. There's not a lot of room to wriggle, not a lot of room to have some really exciting plans, and you know, it's just the same old every week. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to our potential. I know what our potential is. It's going to be great. It's huge, but our future is also huge. It's unlimited, and I feel way more good about what I'm doing selling these products and really seeing really big changes in people's lives than just selling organic grocery items. So my wish and my hope was always to work much deeper with people's health than just basic food nutrition. I wanted to work with much more of a healing nutrition, and that's another reason I really took these on. I've looked at other products, I've looked at other MLM companies, and some of them had wonderful products, but they weren't as simple and easy for everyone to understand. They weren't as accessible, they weren't as good price. I was stuck in a rut of spending a lot of money on organic vegetables that I was never getting time to cook because of my job. So now I cart my little veggies around with me everywhere. I dream all day about my real job that I'm building in my little moments in between these supermarkets. So I'm running out of time now, so I'll wrap it up and just say, you know, if someone's invited you to watch this video, or someone's told you about the product, somehow you've come across this video, contact these people and have a chat with them. It really is awesome stuff. The business opportunity is wonderful as well. I can't rate the value of the team, of the trainings that I've had. They're unlimited, every day, all day if you want. And I've grown so much in business and sales from joining this company, more so than the day rep company job. You know, we do trainings every year. I've never had training like this. We get one a year, you know. So yeah, contact whoever put you onto this, and I will end the call now and hand you back over to Tanya. Thank you everyone for joining. Good night.